Welcome to Run the Length. Before we get into the episode, a few quick things. First, go check out my Patreon, where you can get early and exclusive content, as well as the custom status effects tokens I use in this video. Second, I have added a new token to the status effects set, introducing the new disease token. Going forward, all members of token status tier will receive 6 tokens instead of 5, and there will be a new stretch goal that will allow me to backfill all existing token sets with the new tokens. Finally, in this game, a handful of play mistakes were made, and I call them out when they happen, and I don't think they meaningfully affected the game. When I call them out, it is important to remember that no one intentionally cheated, and neither of us caught the mistake when it happened. Now on to the episode. My opponent this week is Ethan Christiansen. Ethan is known for his blog, 2 Guys in a Pitch, where he talks about all manner of Guild Ball related topics. At the time of this recording, I am ranked 2nd in both the United States and the world. Ethan is currently unranked on Longshanks. I will be playing Farmers, and Ethan will be playing Fisherman. It is worth mentioning here that this game was recorded after the errata, and if you're interested into a deep dive on the update, you should check out episode 36 of Strictly the Worst. We select guild plots. Game plans. Guild Ball recently underwent some changes, and that included changing guild plots to game plans. If you're curious about how these work, you can follow the link in the description, which will take you to my first impressions video. Ethan's plans are the offside trap, midfield general, stick to the plan, grudge match, and keep your chin up. My plans are fullback, won't touch the hair, sell it to the crowd, go for the knees, and get back in there. Ethan wins the roll and chooses to kick. I think this is a particularly strange decision. Fisherman is a ball-based team. Corsair looks to control the pace of the game and largely needs the ball to do that, while Shark wins almost exclusively by putting in 3 goals. We blindly reveal captains. I select Thresher and Peck, while Ethan selects Shark and Tentacles. I think when you play Farmers into Fishermen, it is likely that this is the pairing every single time. Farmers have few ways to protect the ball outside of distance, and Shark is the king of scoring goals. I start the draft by picking Tater. Ethan picks Hag. I draft Millstone. Ethan picks Sakana. I draft Harrow. Ethan grabs Grayscales. I pick Jackstraw. Ethan's final pick is Siren 1. I have drafted Alex Botts' world's winning Thresher list. The list supports Thresher very well, giving him and Tater the means to kill quickly and efficiently. I also like it here because it has 2 models that are Def 5 to hide the ball on, and Jackstraw can impact the game from fairly far away. Ethan's choice here is the standard all-striking Shark list. Lots of speed and low tackles combined with support pieces that increase threat or take the ball from range. The terrain on this board was generated using the Longshanks terrain generator. At the top we have an obstruction, a forest, an obstruction, another obstruction, and fast terrain at the bottom. Ethan deploys, placing Siren at the top, then moving down we have Tentacles, Shark who is kicking, Grayscales, Hag, then Sakana at the bottom. I deploy. I put Peck at the top, then moving down we have Harrow, Thresher, Millstone, Jackstraw, and Tater at the bottom. Ethan jogs up Shark and kicks the ball toward the middle obstruction, and it scatters into it. I think he should have kicked it toward Tater and tried to bounce it off that obstruction. I would have had a harder time recovering the ball and killing the ball from that placement. I allocate. I place 3 on Harrow, 5 on Thresher, 2 on Millstone, and 2 on Jackstraw. Ethan allocates. He places 6 on Shark, 2 on Siren, 2 on Grayscales, 1 on Hag, and 2 on Sakana. I activate Harrow. He uses Sow the Seeds for free since he's within 4 inches of Thresher. I tool up Thresher, then sprint to the ball and kick it to Peck. The kick is good, and Peck dodges towards the corner of the pitch. Ethan activates Shark and jogs to Thresher, then attacks, doing a momentous stagger. He attacks again, doing a momentous dodge and not going anywhere. His third attack hits the tidal surge, and he uses it on Millstone, pushing her away. Shark's fourth attack does a momentous push dodge. His fifth attack does a momentous push dodge. His final attack does a momentous dodge. This activation really took me by surprise. I thought he would have used a combination of Fisher's Reel and Hag Legendary to move Shark into a place that threatened the ball. I activate Millstone and charge Shark. Ethan declares a defensive stance. Millstone's attack does a knockdown. Millstone places her harvest marker next to Thresher. Ethan activates Hag, and she shadow-likes up to the board, then jogs near Tentacles. She uses Fisher's Reel on Siren and Grayscales. I activate Peck and drop the ball all the way in the corner. Ethan activates Siren and jogs to just within 8 inches of Thresher and uses Lure on him. I consider for a minute if I want to take the parting blow with Millstone to knock Thresher down and keep him nearby, but I cannot come up with anything that would accomplish. Thresher jogs to the wall and stops. I activate Thresher and attack Shark, doing a momentous, they ain't tough, and 3 damage. Thresher's second attack does momentous 4 damage. Thresher's third attack does 3 damage. His fourth attack does 3 damage. His final attack does 4 damage. Thresher jogs over towards Millstone's harvest marker, and I pass the turn back to Ethan. I choose not to use Don't Fear here, because I want to hold Shark hostage, preventing him from impacting the second turn of the game. Ethan activates Grayscales, and uses Where'd They Go to dodge 4 inches, then sprints him up the pitch. I activate Tater, and jog him towards the harvest marker. Ethan activates Tentacles, and jogs him up. I activate Jackstraw, and I use At Your Post to teleport him to the nearby harvest marker. He jogs around Thresher and throws a crop dusting at Siren. It is worth noting here that I only need 4s, since Jackstraw is Mechanica and not male. He hits, dealing 2 damage, and drops 2 harvest markers. I use Last Straw to teleport to the other harvest marker. Ethan activates Sakana, drops a smoke cloud, and sprints. The momentum race is tied 5-5, and we play our game plans. I play Won't Touch the Hair. Won't Touch the Hair allows me to give 1 friendly squaddie poised for the turn. It also has +3 initiative and +1 influence. Ethan plays Midfield General. Midfield General gives all his models +1/+1 move and +3 initiative with no extra influence. Our momentum combined with planned card initiative values are tied, making it so we have to go to the die roll, and I win the roll choosing to go first. I allocate, I place 5 on Thresher, 2 on Jackstraw, 2 on Millstone, 1 on Harrow, 1 on Peck, and 2 on Tater. Ethan allocates, placing 3 on Siren, 4 on Sakana, 3 on Grayscales, 2 on Tentacles, and 1 on Hag. I activate Thresher and attack Shark, momentously taking him out. The score is now 0-2. I charge Siren, and Ethan defensive stances up to 6 defense, and Thresher only does 2 damage. I attack her again, doing a momentous knockdown dodge. I bonus time Thresher's final attack, which does momentous 2 damage. Thresher eats the harvest marker for a Don't Fear, dealing 3 damage to Siren and Harrow. This leaves Siren on 1 HP. Ethan activates Siren, forfeits movement to stand. She throws a Seduced at Harrow. It hits, and she has Harrow attack Thresher and pushes him out of melee. Siren jogs away from Thresher. This is one of a few moments in this game where we miss that a model has already used their advance, but I don't think that this impacted the game too much. I activate Harrow and Look Busy triggers, allowing me to drop a free harvest marker. Harrow jogs behind Millstone and tools up Tater. Ethan activates Hag and uses Shadow-like. She uses Fisher's Reel on Tentacles, jogs up, then uses Fisher's Reel on Sakana. I activate Jackstraw and use At Your Post to jump to the harvest marker. Jack uses Crop Dusting on Siren. I can only place 1 harvest marker since there are currently 4 on the pitch. I bonus time the roll and kill Siren. The score is now 0-4. Ethan activates Tentacles and sprints him up, then throws blinds at Tater and he hits it. I activate Tater and charge Sakana. Ethan declares Sakana's free counterattack. My dice spike and I hit the mowdown, knocking Sakana down. Ethan activates Sakana. Sakana forfeits movement and stands. He attacks Tater doing momentous dodge. His second attack does a momentous dodge. His third attack does a momentous dodge. His final attack does a momentous dodge, pulling him out of Tater's melee zone. I activate Millstone and jog to base with tentacles. She attacks and knocks down the octopus. Her second attack pushes tentacles into Tater's melee zone. Ethan activates Grayscales and jogs to Tater and attacks him. He does a momentous dodge. His second attack does momentous dodge. His final attack does a momentous dodge, and he leaves Tater's melee zone. I activate Peck and do nothing. This ends the turn. Fishermen are leading the momentum race, 7-5. We play our game plans. I play Go for the Knees, and Ethan plays Grudge Match. Grudge Match allows each of us to play singled out on an enemy squatty model. It gives +6 initiative and -1 influence. Go for the Knees allows me to give a non-captain model +1 tack. It gives +5 initiative and no influence modifier. Ethan chooses to go first, and as a result, his card resolves first. He places singled out on Jackstraw. I place singled out on Sakana. I place my +1 tack on Tater. Ethan allocates. He jogs Shark and Siren on at the top of the pitch. He places 6 on Shark, 2 on Siren, 2 on Sakana, and 2 on Grayscales. I allocate. I pick up 4 harvest markers for extra influence, and place 5 on Thresher, 4 on Tater, 1 on Harrow, 2 on Jackstraw, 3 on Millstone, and 1 on Peck. Ethan activates and sprints towards Peck, then uses Tidal Surge to get into melee. He buys an attack and misses. His last influence lets him do a momentous dodge to the ball. I activate Thresher, and I pull a harvest marker to gain 3-inch reach for the activation. He sprints next to Tentacles. He uses his legendary play Against the Grain to give Life Drinker and 2 extra attack to Millstone and Tater. Thresher attacks Grayscales doing momentous 2 damage, and They Ain't Tough to Sakana. Thresher attacks Grayscales again, doing a momentous knockdown dodge. His next attack hits Grayscales doing 2 damage, and They Ain't Tough, which he places on Tentacles. His last attack hits Grayscales for 3 momentous damage. It was unlikely that I would kill any of his players here without a Don't Fear, so I put Thresher into support mode, removing as much armor as I can and buffing the team with the legendary. Ethan activates Grayscales. He forfeits move to stand. He hits Thresher and gets a momentous dodge. He spends 2 momentum to stand up the squid and attacks again doing Where'd They Go? He jogs Grayscales away from the scrum, forgetting that he used his movement. I activate Millstone and attack Tentacles, doing momentous 3 damage. Her second attack wraps to the 2, doing 5 damage. Her last attack kills the octopus. Score is now 0-5. She drops her harvest marker and jogs to engage Sakana. Ethan activates Siren. She jogs up and uses Lure on Thresher. He jogs towards her. I think this is a large mistake. He has to activate Sakana here, or he risks losing him. I'm also not sure pulling Thresher away here accomplishes much. I activate Harrow, jog up, and tool up Tater. This is an incredibly greedy activation by me. I risk Sakana just leaving. Ethan activates Sakana. He jogs to engage Tater at 1 inch of Millstone. He attacks Tater, and I declare a counterattack. He does a double dodge away from Tater. He attacks Millstone and momentously dodges. Sakana jogs away and out of countercharge. Yet again, neither of us notice that Ethan has already spent this model's movement. I activate Tater and charge Sakana. Sakana uses defensive stance and is free counterattack. I forget that I have +1 tack, but I bonus time the roll, and I hit momentous mowdown. Tater's second attack does momentous 4 damage. His final attack does momentous 4 damage. Ethan activates Hag. She shadow likes and jogs back, then uses Fisher's Reel on Siren. I activate Jackstraw and throw a crop dusting at Shark. I hit it, doing 2 damage. He jumps to the harvest marker he just made. I activate Peck and he attacks Shark. It does 1 damage. This ends the turn. Farmers are leading the momentum race 11-2. We select our game plans. I play fullback and Ethan plays Keep Your Chin Up. Fullback lets the first model that charges within 8 inches of the board edge charge for 1 less. It also gives 5 initiative and no extra influence. Keep Your Chin Up gives Ethan a free Come On Mate, 4 initiative, and no extra influence. I choose to go first. I allocate. I pick up 3 harvest markers. I place 5 on Thresher, 4 on Tater, 2 on Peck, 2 on Jackstraw, and 2 on Harrow. Ethan allocates placing 1 on Siren, 1 on Hag, 3 on Grayscales, 2 on Tentacles, and 6 on Shark. I consider activating Peck to try to keep Shark off of a goal, but I am not likely to be successful, and I feel like I will give up free points that are on the board to do so. I activate Tater and attack Sakana doing 2 damage. I attack again doing 2 damage. His third attack does momentous 2 damage. His final attack kills Sakana. Score is now 0-7. I jog Tater toward my goal. Ethan activates Shark. I am really worried that he will just push my 2 players off the pitch and not take the goal. He jogs Shark to max melee of Peck and attacks Peck doing a momentous dodge. Ethan attacks Jackstraw and I counterattack. Shark takes a momentous dodge and leaves Jack behind, then buys Tidal Surge and takes a shot on goal. He misses the goal. The ball scatters to Tater. I activate Harrow and sprint to gang up on Siren and tool up Thresher. Ethan activates Grayscales and jogs onto the obstruction, then uses Where'd They Go to engage Tater. He attacks and I declare a counterattack. Grayscales tackles the ball and Tater tackles it back. Grayscales attacks again and tackles the ball. I regret this counterattack, since if he scores here, I think I can kill Siren with Thresher and put the goal in, so I probably should have just let the goal happen. I activate Thresher and attack Siren doing 4 momentous damage. Thresher attacks her again, killing her momentously. Score is now 0-9. Thresher jogs to base with Hag and attacks. He spends 2 influence due to fear and does momentous knockdown dodge. He attacks again doing 3 damage. Ethan activates Hag. She Shadow Legs away from Thresher and forfeits movement to stand. Hag attacks Thresher. I counterattack, hoping to get more damage on Hag. She manages to dodge out. I activate Jackstraw and drop a crop dusting on Shark. I hit it and Shark takes 2 damage. Jack then jumps twice to engage Shark. Ethan activates Tentacles, who sprints up and blinds Millstone. I activate Peck and charge Shark, spending only 1 influence due to my game plan, Fullback. Ethan declares a defensive stance and a counterattack. I bonus time the charge and do 1 damage. Shark's counterattack does a double dodge. Peck places Cocky on himself. I activate Millstone, jog her towards Tater, and drop a harvest marker. This ends the turn. Farmers are leading the momentum race 4-1, and we play our game plans. I play Sell It to the Crowd. Ethan plays Stick to the Plan. Sell It to the Crowd will allow me to use Run the Length for free and give +6 initiative and -1 influence. Stick to the Plan gives all of Ethan's players Showboating and +5 initiative and -1 influence. I choose to go first. I allocate. I pick up 3 harvest markers for 3 extra influence. I place 5 on Thresher, 1 on Harrow, 2 on Jackstraw, 1 on Peck, and 4 on Tater. Ethan moves to allocation. He jogs Siren and Sakana back on the pitch. He places 6 on Shark, 2 on Siren, 2 on Grayscales, and 2 on Sakana. I activate Tater and attack Grayscales. My attack does a momentous mowdown and the ball scatters over by the goal. I attack Grayscales again, doing 2 momentous damage. My third attack does 2 damage, and my final attack kills Grayscales. Score is now 0-11. I jog with Tater and pick up the ball, then I move to cover and unsnap the ball. Ethan activates Shark and attacks Jack, doing a momentous dodge. His second attack does a double dodge. His third attack does a double dodge, and he leaves Jack's melee. He sprints to the ball. Ethan decides that attacking Tater is too risky and decides to take the shot before spending all of his influence. The 2-die kick is successful. The score is now 4-11. I kick the ball back in and it scatters to the wall. I activate Thresher and sprint to the ball, then into tap-in range. I attack Hag spending 2 influence since she has Fear. Ethan declares a counterattack. I bonus time the roll and do a momentous knockdown dodge. I attack again doing momentous 3 damage. I take the shot with bonus time and hit it. Final score 4-12. This post-game analysis is made possible by the Patreon support of viewers like you. I hate this matchup. It is far and away the hardest matchup for farmers. We have very few ways to kill the ball effectively, and it is largely a matter of time before Shark scores 3 goals. I think Ethan's largest mistake in this game was choosing to kick. I feel that Shark can receive the ball, put the goal in fairly early, and legendary on my team, then threaten to score again right at the start of turn 2. I thought the game plan cards were fairly interesting this game. Midfield General makes fish even faster than they already are, and +1 tack is really good in farmers. But the thing I really enjoyed was the confluence of buffs on the turn where I had +1 tack on Tater from my game plan, Thresher Legendary, and singled out from his game plan. It really allowed me to take a large bite out of his team. But here I'd like to pass the question on to you. What were our mistakes this game? Would you have made different decisions during the game? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like button, it helps other Guild Ball players find this video. Hit the subscribe button to know the moment I upload a new video, and share this with your friends. I'm Vincent Curkov, and this has been Run the Length.